On in, come on in. We got a little discussion. And I really want to just go over the Rolling Stone article because that in itself was some serious. I'm going to wait till a minute, y'all. So y'all had to give me a little sneaky snack. Hope y'all feeling good today. Kobe, go eat. He just laying here while his stomach growling. You know, I'll give me something to eat. Okay. All right, y'all, it's a minute. What I'm gonna be doing is discussing a Rolling Stone article with Diddy. Child. So they started off by talking about his Lifetime Achievement Award in 2022. It says he closed his eyes and repeatedly thanked God. He got down on one knee and praised his mother. His name checked a laundry list of people who mentored and inspired him. Anything I do is through love, Combs proclaimed early in a 9-minute speech. That's what I evolved to be and what I am doing now. And I knew we should have known when he came up with that whole brother love stuff. We should have known it was some line going on. Because how you bad boy for life trying to go against Suge Knight and all this other stuff, and all of a sudden you pass the love. Well, y'all, let me get another bite. Sorry, y'all. Okay, it says, but soon Combs struck a more somber tone. My bad. I was in a dark place for a few years, he said. I got to give a special thanks. I have to give a special thank you to the people that was really there for me. He lists friends, advertisers, and looking directly into the camera. He sure did look directly into the camera. And said, Cassie, for holding me down in the dark times, love. He raised his hand to make an L sign and held his gaze steady silently for several seconds. My bad, y'all. Yeah, taunting her. He knew what he did and tried to publicly. And then it makes me question Lauren, because that's the other person he gave props to. And remember, Lauren, she was in Making the Band. If you watch Making the Band back in the day, she was like the choreographer. And she had a problem with one of the New Edition members as well, allegedly. So I want to know her story and the things she got to say, because I know she's seen a whole lot. Because he always say, Lorianne Gibson always gave me the feeling of being free, of always being free. I wonder if she was trapped while you was trying to feel free. But let's continue. 18 months later, which will be November 2023, Venture sued Combs, claiming he held her in a violent form, sexually servitude throughout their relationship. And raped her upon their final breakup in 2018. I don't think I can say the real words, y'all. She involved Combs' BET speech in her filing. I would have added that too. That's taunting. For Miss Ventura, the dark times were those she spent trapped by Mr. Combs in a cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking. She said Combs' brutal beatings, one of them captured in the Harold Hotel surveillance caught by CNN, left her bruises, bursted lips, black eyes, and extension of trauma. For Grammy-winning songwriter Tiffany Red, a friend of Ventura, I remember her, who closely worked with the singer during the height of the alleged abuse. Combs' words from the BET stage has been taunts. It's like harassment, she explains. You're still messing with her. But she said the F word. Leave her alone. Leave her the F alone. In the 5 years of her breakup, she remained silent. At some point, Ventura checked herself into a rehabilitation center to deal with the physical and psychological repercussions of her times with Combs and found renewed purpose in her being a mom, her lawsuit says. When she eventually gathered her strength to step forward, a flurry of other lawsuits followed. They sure did. We on lawsuit 8. 5 more women have accused Combs of rape and violent sexual assault dating far back as 1990. And they're asking people all the way back from Howard University. Now, if y'all don't know, another allegation happened with his girlfriend that he had at the time at Howard University. Allegedly, he whipped her with a belt because she didn't come downstairs. But he whipped her with a belt in front of everybody, y'all. Music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones also sued him. He said that Combs allegedly groped his genitals and forced him to have solicit sex with sex workers and perform acts to pleasure Mr. Combs. While Combs would eventually take responsibility for the assault captured on a surveillance video, he has denied all other allegations against him. The day Ventura filed her complaint, he blasted as a shakedown bass as outrageous lies, which he did. So now we know whenever he say that's a lie, they messing up and they assassinated my character, it very much will be the truth, allegedly. Let's see. When his fourth rape accuser sued him in December, she's 54 now. She said, enough is enough. For a couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of those awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and the truth. So he should never said his family because he threw his family name under the bus because now we know he's lying. For many, the lure allegations against Combs were jarring because he has been risen as such this great height, bankable, vibrant, who throws the best parties in New York, Hampton, and Hollywood. He rapped about Bentleys, Benjamins, and held court at his over-the-top annual all-white parties. He called himself the Great Gatsby. Get the... Not Great Gatsby. That was a good movie and book. And considered circus showman BT. Oh, he considered the circus man who conducts everything his muse. Let's see. I'm going through y'all just so I can get to the main parts. 3 gleaming. They talk about his Oscars that he won. Okay. Now that the spotlight Combs constantly chased and trained on his allegation crimes and staggering scenes, why does the Rolling Stone is talking in legal terms? That is killing me. Homeland Security agents stormed his spiraling Los Angeles and Miami estates as part of the federal sex trafficking investigation on March 25th. Investigators tore through his office bedrooms, leaving cables dangling from the command center and multiple safe wides open. 3 gleaming Grammys and Oscars at the top. Combs was later seen alone using a cell phone. Wow, they're just talking about the incident in the raid. While the raids made global headlines, the silence of Combs' famous friends was palpable. This felt different than before, when he could use a checkbook, a high powered attorney, and the media blitz to overcome the law. With his charisma, influence, and connections, would allow him to shake off allegations of violence and outcry from his disfranchised artists. Reparations are getting closer and closer. Former Bad Boy artist Maze said the day of the raids. Good night. Over the past 6 months, Rolling Stones conducted dozens of interviews with Combs' former friends, acquaintances, employees, bad boy artists, as well as industry insiders. Out of 300 plus people contacted for this investigation, more than 50 were willing to speak out about their experiences. That's why I'm reading from the Rolling Stone, because the Rolling Stone then talk to everybody down to Biggie Mama, and Biggie Mama want to smack the mess out of him. Hip hop ain't dead yet, yo. I don't think hip hop is dead. I don't think Diddy represents all of hip hop. So just because he go down, I don't think that hip hop is going down. I agree. Oh, that's your name. I'm crying. You said, yo, what's up? But I agree with the name. I thought that's what you said. All right, let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. So yes, he's done. They've contacted out of 300 people, only 50 people so far, 50 plus, are willing to speak out against him, and they also have their own evidence, y'all. Which is that's what I'm waiting to see. I want to see the names of the people and the evidence that they have. Um, Several would do so only off the record, citing a fear of retribution, and that's including the person who seen him beat his girlfriend with a belt in front of Howard University. She don't want to be named, so she's one of the people, but they're still telling their story, which is good. Many declined to participate, wanting to distance themselves from Combs, which I understand. Um, I'm trying to leave that part of my life behind me. Child. He didn't traumatize everybody. Those who did speak about Combs describe a complicated man with an opposing persona. Outwardly, they see a tastemaker who is unapologetically driven, generous, and even silly sometimes. He can be private, but associates who got close enough to him discover something darker behind the facade. A menacing figure who desperately wants to be accepted, admired, who uses public declarations of devotion, splashy donations, and boasts that he is brother love to hide an undercurrent of allegations, abuse, and violence that in one previously unreported allegations traced back before his career even started, which is the one I just mentioned, Howard University. Um, Sending staffers to win back one-time girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, beating a label executive bloody after he became romantically involved with Combs' ex-partner Kim Porter, and allegedly trying to solicit sex from a woman on his payroll. Let me get some water. So they asked Combs about it. Of course, he can't have any comments on an ongoing investigation. His lawyer, Jonathan Davis, tells Rolling Stone, "We are aware that the proper authorities are conducting a thorough investigation and therefore have confidence any important issues will be addressed in the proper form where the rules distinguish facts and fiction." Let's see. So Joe Dickerson Neal, who was suing Combs for sexually assault, tells Rolling Stone that her decision to come forward isn't about money. It is about making the world see this man for who he is, who rose to the level of an icon, is actually sick, and has left so many victims unpunished, discussed behavior for years. I don't know why they redacted that part. Then they go into Cassie. We all know about her situation. Let me see. Okay, let me see. For Cassie, Combs presented as her flashy established 37-year-old label boss when he pulled her into the bathroom and forcibly kissed her on her 21st birthday in 2007, leaving her in tears according to the complaint. She said he was holding the keys to her music career. He pressured her to consume drugs and have sex that same year. Combs quickly became deeply enriched in every aspect of her life, paying for her apartment, having her medical records sent to him. Medical records. Now, I ain't know that part. Hey, medical records. Let's keep going, y'all. I was shocked. Medical records sent directly to him and lashing out perceived slights, the lawsuit says. When Cassie tried to move on and had a brief romantic relationship with musician Kid Cudi in 2011, Combs allegedly beat her. Combs later told Cassie he planned to blow up the rapper's car in a driveway. And just to let y'all know, Kid Cudi went on the Breakfast Club. It was a Breakfast Club. He was talking to Charlamagne. He said, yeah, that really happened. So I don't even have to say alleged on that part. He said that really happened. In her suit, Ventura says that she learned to blindly submit to Combs to avoid vicious beating. Eventually, her lawsuit claims the abuse extended to sex trafficking and Combs ordering her to slather herself in oil, get high and drunk, and have intercourse with male sex workers while Combs pleasured himself in films interactions, which he doubled as freak offs. She learned to disassociate during horrific encounters. Oh, child. Let's take a break. Everybody breathe. Okay, then they go into the footage that we seen in 2016. The lawsuit alleges that Combs paid the hotel $50K to obtain the footage. But you know when you pay somebody, that's not the original footage. So you know they had real footage. I mean the original footage. After years of silence and darkness, I am finally ready to tell my story and speak up for my behalf and for myself, and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationship. This was an opportunity to speak up about the trauma I have experienced, and I will be recovering for the rest of my life. Okay, this is something different. He detailed how he explained to leverage his relationship with Pastor T.D. Jakes to soften the impact of his public image, Jones wrote in sworn declaration in April. Jakes did not reply to a request for comment. Publicly, Combs seemingly jumped into an overdrive, producing positive press. He fulfilled his 1 million promises to his to Howard University and football program and Jackson State. Let's see. I don't care about none of that. Let's keep going to the real stuff. A year before. Okay, a year before her breakup with Combs, Cassie conceptualized a short film titled Cassie that appears telling in hindsight. In a voiceover speaking about the film fictionalized romance, she said, "How do you just walk away from it and escape it? I just want to be free." Y'all, this is crazy. This is crazy. Made rare. I'm just trying to skip the stuff that we already talked about. They was talking. Many who watched the footage were stunned. People say that it shook them to the core. Several women who attended Howard with Combs, however, had seen signs of controlling and abusive personalities decades ago. And let me pause because the Breakfast Club, this is based allegedly on the Breakfast Club. They said that he got the name Puff from when he was a child because he used to get so angry so fast. So that's how they came up with the name Puff. Y'all, I never knew that. I never knew that. One second, y'all. Give me a second, give me a second. In the year of 1987, he quickly earned his reputation of throwing parties. I read about that earlier. He thought he was the Great Gatsby. Chantel Page, a former A&R executive at Universal Motown Records Group, was among those who say he had is among those who said they had positive experiences with Combs at Howard, calling his iconic parties once in a lifetime type of vibe. He was a go-getter from the start. But other women described previously unreported incidents involving unwanted touching and fits of his rage. One woman said she kept as far away as possible after Combs caressed her back without warning and asked if she would be willing to meet one of his friends. Another former student recalled that Combs flew off the handle after she objected to him cutting a cafeteria line. This is why anger in little boys, you got to take that serious. Because they say he's been angry like this since he was a child, which is the name Puff come from. So all you see is just escalations of that anger. Okay. I'm trying not to reread the same stuff, y'all. That's why I'm taking a minute. A third former student recalls how the future mogul would tap on the window of her English class to get a girlfriend to ditch. The visits became noticeably unwelcome, the classmate telling Rolling Stone. So he's already showing like possessiveness, being over possessive, showing up to somebody's class, and her not even wanting him to show up to her class. I mean, who wants that when you in college? Like, you trying to pass your class. Like, you don't want nobody in the way of that. College costs way too much money, child. Hold on, y'all. Where is it? Okay, I'm gonna read it again. A third former student recalls how a future mogul would tap the window of her English class to get the girlfriend to ditch. The visits became noticeably unwelcome. The classmate tells Rolling Stone she would tense up when Combs appeared. The student who sat next, the woman who sat next to the woman in class recalls, he's just a weird controlling thing. I felt like she was fearful. The classmate who requested not to be named because of fear of retribution says her concerns were validated when Combs appeared outside the school's Harriet Tubman quadrangle dorm and started screaming in a belligerent manner for his girlfriend to come outside. This is what I was talking about earlier. The classmate says the other women soon began running through the halls, knocking the doors in a panic. They were sounding the alarm that Combs, known by his nickname Puff, was attacking a young woman outside, she recalls. Puff is out here acting crazy. He's beating her, the fellow student said, according to the classmate. He screamed and hollered and acted a stone fool until she came downstairs, another Howard student said. The alleged attack tells Rolling Stone. She said Combs used what appeared to be a belt to strike the young woman all over the place. Speaking on the condition of anonymously due to the sensitive nature of the incident, the witness said. She appeared super angry and was screaming at the top of her lungs. She said he whipped her butt, like really whipped her butt. The witness says the woman was clearly terrorized. She was trying to defend herself a little bit. She was crying. And we were telling him, get off her. When we were screaming for her, the third source also recalled allegedly assault, to Rolling Stone. So this started all the way back in college. Sorry, I'm a little hungry, a little hungry. Have to get a little, a little snack in. Okay. Okay, so this is when they talk about the name Puff. They really get into detail. We know Puff is about for anger, but this when they get into it. Combs was born with a short fuse, telling Jet magazine. He earned his nickname as a kid because he would always huff and puff when he got mad. I had a temper. That's why my friends started calling me Puffy. He said his mom, Janice, as a former kindergarten teacher, described him as a ham. Combs already Combs barely knew his father, Melvin, a handsome drug dealer working for Harlem Kingpin. He was murdered in 1972 at the age of 33 when Combs was just a toddler. Throughout the years, Combs mourned the loss of his father, but Melvin had a profound influence on him nevertheless. He thought he was his father. That's what it was. Even if we don't, even if we don't know our parents, we still have their DNA in us. We have their genes, Combs said. I have his hustler mentality, his hustler spirit, his drive, and his determination and his swag. That's where he get the blowing up allegedly cars, and when the women were like he has a mob type mentality. Okay. He said he was scratching records at 13. Really don't care about that. After tasting a celebrity, after a taste of celebrity, I'm gonna stop at 30, y'all. That's a whole lot of reading. I'm gonna continue. Tomorrow. After a taste of celebrity at Howard University, Combs itched for more. He was hell bent on breaking into the music industry, simultaneously attending college and working as a part-time internship in Uptown Records back in New York City. It was Uptown artist Heavy D, a neighbor in Mount Vernon, who brokered his job interview. After Combs repeatedly badgered the rapper at their local pizza shop, former Uptown A&R VP Kirk Woodley tells Rolling Stones, Combs commuted from Howard for a job, taking the train, doing all that. Okay, all that good stuff. When he came to Uptown, he helped people like Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, Usher. He had the ability to convince people that whatever he was doing or whatever that was the SHIT. I wish Rolling Stone would just type regular. They're killing me. As Combs' star was rising at Uptown, his predatory instincts resurfaced, according to the sexual assault lawsuit filed by Joy Dickerson Neal last November. Dickerson Neal was an actor in the 1990s. She was considered a warning from the Bronx rapper Sister Soldier to keep her distance, given his infamous reputation. Egg. But it says Sister Soldier did not reply to requests for comment. That's interesting. That's what I'm saying. The names and the actions that's popping up, y'all. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna pause there. Like I said, I'm gonna stop at 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna pick up back tomorrow at 11 a.m. with Dickerson Neal. What happened in 1991. Cause it's long. It's long. Super, super long. But I want to do the Rolling Stone, because the Rolling Stone are the ones asking all these people these questions, and people are answering and responding like Biggie. Biggie Biggie mom specifically said she was just disappointed. She wanted to smack the mess out of him. She couldn't believe, like, so they're getting real interviews. So that's why I'm going off the Rolling Stone. But like I said, I'm gonna stop there, and then start at Dickerson at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Always thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all have y'all notifications on, y'all subscribe. I like to just go into detail, not just like the surface points of it. So that's why I wanted to read the Rolling Stone with y'all. Always it is a pleasure. I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep my channel going, okay? Make sure y'all subscribe, hit that notification, and have a good day.